Hi Year 6, this is a short video to help you with today's lesson. You're going to be designing your own theme park map that can be used at the expo. So I'm going to go through all the steps today to success. I'm going to show you how to complete it the first time. And obviously you're then going to adapt it for more shapes and more attractions that you'd like to add to your theme park. So as you can see, as I smoothly show you, I have the PPT in front of me. And I've ensured that I've got all the equipment I will need. It is here, ready to go. Now, step one is to watch this video, okay? You're gonna watch it through, you're gonna watch it to the end, and then you're going to follow the step processes. So I'm going to go to step 2, which is to ensure that I have an A1 sheet. So I've got my A1 sheet and the instructions here say to fold it in half. So I'm going to have it landscape, which is this way, not this way. And I'm going to fold it in half. Fold it. I'm then going to label the top. One side on my left is going to say plan, and on my right is going to say key. And there you go. My left-hand side says plan, and my right-hand side says key. You can see I've used a black marker. I've done this so it stands out and I can show where my clear labeling is and the partitions on the page. So it's clear when my teacher comes along to look at this and I submit my work that this side is my plan and this side is the key where they will find all the information about my shapes. So once that's done, I go on to step 3. I start measuring out my first shape. Now, Mr. Purdy likes to start with an entrance. How are people going to get into my theme park? So I've started with an entrance and it looks like this. There will be a picture on the PPT. As you can see, I've drawn it out using a ruler. I've measured all my measured all my sides. I've measured my height and my length. And I'm going to record them down here, my width and my length. So I've recorded them on my key. I've put all the internal angles. Luckily, I've used a rectangle, so I know that rectangles and squares all have right angles in, so I haven't needed my protractor for this one, but I will need it for other 2D shapes. And I've worked out my area and perimeter. And from there, I have put all that information into my key. So I'll show you. This is all that information. And can you see it? I have done it inside the shape. Now, the reason for this is you're going to stick a lovely design over the top. And if I do it on the outside, we'll be able to see all those measurements when we're looking at the final plan. What I want to be able to do is lift the flap and see all your information. I've then also recorded that information over here. So I've labelled it. What part is it? It's the entrance. What's the length? What's the width? What are the internal angles inside? I have 4 lots of 90. What's the area? What's the perimeter? And what is the shape itself? It is a rectangle. I could have put a regular rectangle as well. Now, that is step 3. Okay, a lot of information there, but that's where you're doing your maths. You may have seen on my key that it's very big. The reason it's very big is for you to see. I don't expect yours to be that big. Otherwise, realistically, we're only going to get 3 or 2 pieces of information on here. So make sure your work is clear and well presented, but it does not need to be anywhere near as big and bold as that. And yes, I've used a different colour for it to stand out. You are more than welcome to use different colours when recording that information, but always do things in pencil first in case you make a mistake. Okay, step 4. I've now made my shape down here. I'm going to take a separate piece of paper, an A4 piece of paper. It could be coloured or white. And I'm going to draw out that shape. So I've made it. I've followed my instructions. I've made my length 4 centimetres. I've made my width 10 centimetres. It has 90-degree right angles and it's ready to be stuck down. So I'm going to glue across one side. I'm going to pick this top one. I'm going to put my glue on it. And I'm going to just do this. Now, I would prefer if you put this down and you went across like that. The way I started doing that, it'll be a bit messy and you could tear the paper. Now I'm going to stick that over the shape that I've already designed. Now creates a flap. If I stick all edges down, I won't be able to see the information below. So I can then show my teacher the information. And then you can see I made this one a little bit earlier, a bit of a Blue Peter job. I'm going to design it. I'm going to put a quick design on there. I'm not going to colour it in at this point. I'm just going to put an entrance on there. There was a gate, okay, and it was labelled welcome entrance. The reason I'm not going to colour now is because I'm going to leave that till last. I need to carry on finishing up here. So I am going to repeat the process, which is step 5. I'm going to keep going. I'm going to try a triangle on here. I'm going to try a circle. I might put a rhombus in, a parallelogram. I'm going to go back through my book and the notes I've taken all this week and last week on 2D shapes. I'm going to try and fill my plan as much as possible. I'm going to follow the success criteria that I've got in front of me. Okay, you have it and I have it. And I'm going to make sure I can tick all of that off at the end of this double lesson. It should be very simple to follow, guys. The steps are here in the PPT. There's also this video. I'm going to attach images to each slide so you are aware of what you're doing. Your key should be nicely presented. If you run out of space for your key, you can always put it on the back of the key here, okay? When you are finished with your success criteria, you're going to stick it behind the plan. So we should have everything in one document ready to submit and hopefully to put on display and celebrate your amazing work. We will be sending the ones we are most impressed with to Miss Caroline and Mr. Goodwin to have a look at. Hope you've enjoyed this. Remember, refer back to it, pause it at any moment. Also look at the images, follow the step-by-step process. And there are some extra challenges for you guys that want to reach that higher part of learning, okay? So that you can find the area of a circle and you can ensure that you're finished and it's decorated, but also you could put in the gaps, okay? You might have paths that you can draw in between linking all your objects. Refer to images again throughout the PPT. Okay, off we go.